Senator Duff.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just briefly, want to just start our wrap-ups, I guess, and so welcome back, everybody. But I want to thank Senator Fonfara, Senator Rahman, Senator Hartley, Senator Neiman for their work on this emergency certified bill, along with Senator Looney and our staff for putting together with the House and the Governor's office. It was a time for us to come in and to clean up some issues that were unresolved during the regular session. And I'm glad that we were able to put it together in one bill this year so we can come in, do our business, and move on, and hopefully have everybody get back to their home lives and get back to the other jobs and get back to their constituents in their districts. So, Mr. President, I just wanted to briefly just talk a little bit about the work on the car tax. I know Senator Fonfara and Senator Rahman have been very instrumental in that, as well as Senator Looney. But you know, there's a lot of discussion about the car tax today, and it is one that leadership here in the Senate has supported for many years, which is the elimination of the car tax, an elimination of a nuisance tax that many taxpayers saw on July the 1st. And I would love to see where us on a bipartisan basis during the next session would come together as a body and work to eliminate a tax that really is something that is completely unfair, onerous, hurts our middle income and our lower income residents, that is probably 95% of the agita that most municipalities have, even though, and it's probably only about 5% of their revenue. And it's something that, you know, here in Connecticut, I think that we have a way forward where we can figure out ways in which across the board we can eliminate this tax. And for example, if anybody looks at, if you live in a city and you look at your car and you go to a suburb right next to it, the difference in taxation is very apparent, and it's one that really makes your eyes pop out, of the difference between what could be in Darien, where I represent, versus Norwalk, or Darien versus Stamford, or Greenwich versus Stamford, or all the way up and down the line across the state of Connecticut. There's an unfairness of there, and it's also against the policies of the state of Connecticut. If we're telling people we're trying to invest in our cities and our municipalities and our urban areas, but yet it costs more to live there, that is really against the policies that we're trying to put forward in this state. And as we do redevelopment, as we build more housing, as we look to grow our state, we have to make sure that those taxes that we charge are fair as well for everybody across the board. So, Mr. President, I really feel strongly that this is something we ought to continue to work on. I know there's a lot of folks who are lobbying against the car tax, who are lobbying against eliminating the car tax, but we should, as a body, as an institution, work hard to do this on a bipartisan basis, to help in order to assist our constituents. They save money so that when they're opening those tax bills at the end of June, they're not surprised by such high car taxes across the state. And this is something that I think that while municipalities have the power to do it themselves, it's something that I think we can direct as a policy of the state of Connecticut. So again, thank you to everybody who worked hard on the emergency certified bill, and I would urge my colleagues to support it. Thank you, Mr. President.